So before we look at each track individually, let's talk about the album as a whole. Firstly, it's a full-length album, which were missed opportunities with Doyoung and Ten's releases earlier this year. The tracks were mostly consistent with each other, while still harnessing its own individuality, and the pacing of the album was amazing. No song felt like it dragged on, or was way too short, and the amount of rock influences in this album as well. I was here for it. Youth is a 35-minute masterpiece, to put it into simpler terms. Beginning is how you should start an album. This song perfectly displayed the sound for this album, with its full grand production, charming melodies, and of course, Doyoung's soulful vocals. Putting this song as my 8th favorite almost feels like a disrespect to beginning, but trust me, I love it so much. This album is just that good. Overall, I give this song an 8.8 out of 10. The title track to end all title tracks. Little Light showcases Doyoung's voice really well. I'm not sure what I was expecting the song to sound like, but this hopeful, optimistic sound to the track definitely made it one of my favorites. It also has an amazing guitar melody that really puts the song over the top. Overall, I give this song a 9.4 out of 10. I think it was very clear that From Little Wave would be my favorite on the album just from listening to the highlight medley. Once again, that electric guitar adds so much life to the song, but equally, so does Doyoung's vocals. Not to mention how much it picks up during the second half of the song, despite it already being a blessing to my ears. Overall, I give this song a 9.8 out of 10. The combination of Doyoung, Mark and Doyoung was a genius decision. Time Machine, with its sweet melody coupling with their sweet voices, is an extremely relaxing, simple but lovesome song. I like how we've committed to this being a vocal-only album. I really thought Mark would rap on this track, which I would have still loved, but it was a nice surprise to hear him sing. Doyoung being the talented vocalist she is, it was not a shock that she sounded amazing on this track, and of course, her and Doyoung's vocals work together stunningly. Overall, I give this song an 8.8 out of 10. Serenade is a calming and gentle song. It's very easy listening except for this irritating beat that can be heard through the song. I personally don't think it was mixed well, and it also only seemed to come through the right side when played with headphones. Maybe it's just me being weird, but it's very distracting. But that is being nitpicky. This song is my least favorite on the album, because it's not something I would voluntarily play. It's perfect accompaniment when doing work, but I wouldn't play it for the sake of enjoying the song. However, it is still a dreamy, gorgeous track. Overall, I give this song an 8.4 out of 10. Rewind, as simple as the song is, maybe one of my favorite piano ballads in K-pop. It's literally just a piano and Doyoung. With his and the producer's talents, they really created one of the most perfect ballads. I think this song had Doyoung's strongest vocals out of every track on Youth. He carries the instrumental doesn't carry him. Overall, I give this song an 8.9 out of 10. Warmth is a piano ballad. I'm not opposed to piano ballads at all, I quite enjoy them. Warmth didn't stand out to me though, especially considering how much I liked the previous track, which was a piano-based ballad as well. Again, I wouldn't voluntarily play this one, but it is still just as wonderfully produced as other tracks. Overall, I give this song an 8.5 out of 10. Lost in California was the most near song on this album, and obviously, I loved it. Getting hit with this dark and devious sound had me stumped. My favorite aspect of this song is how many elements have been put into it to make it unique, yet, it's not over the top in any way. The producers really had the audacity to contrast the verses and pre-choruses with a chorus that was a million times louder and brighter. Not to mention we got taken back to the medieval era with that small instrumental, and obviously, my favorite beloved rock influences was included as well. Definitely my favorite song in terms of the production itself. Overall, I give this song a 9.6 out of 10. Rest gives the same vibe as the title track, still capturing that youthful feeling of the album, no pun intended. I could go on and on about the use of the electric guitar throughout the album, and I have, but it seriously adds a special something to the songs, and this track is no different. Overall, I give this song an 8.8 out of 10. Dallas Love Field definitely has potential to climb to the top of my list. Of course, love the electric guitar, literally my favorite inclusion in this album, but something about how Doyoung sings the chorus has made me absolutely fall in love with this track. His vocals sound even more open than usual, and it's producing this very full and emotive sound. He almost sounds completely different, but it's just as elegant. Finishing his album like this had me wanting more. Overall, I give this song a 9.3 out of 10. This album is one of my favorite to come out this year so far. It has everything I'm looking for, and as someone who loves Doyoung, this album felt like an absolute treat. I hope he receives lots of attention and praise for his solo debut.
다시 처음